Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I know that some of you had a few questions about my research topic, so I am here to address them today. So the first question that I got from you guys is, what is the problem to be solved? So this is the statement of my problem. Members of the LGBTQ community are overwhelmed with challenges, and starting college is hard enough as it is. Then it is made worse by their sexual preferences. The main objective of my study is to identify these challenges and highlight possible recommendations. The next question that you guys had was, what goals do I wish to accomplish with this action research plan? So the main goal of my research is to communicate with students from the LGBTQ plus community to figure out the problems that they face on a regular basis in the higher education institution. Another research goal that I have is to identify solutions and recommendations and programs that I can use to assist these students in adjusting to this new college life experiences. Another question that you guys had was, who needs to be involved? So this is a list of the stakeholders or the population that I intend to survey. It should include the students of the LGBTQ plus community. It's going to include the teachers at the university. It's going to include the dorm leaders that are existing within each dorm. And it should also include the guidance counselors that are attached to this institution. You guys really had a lot of questions. The next one was, what obstacles do you foresee and how will you circumvent them? So there are going to be challenges in conducting this research. One of them is that the dorm leaders might not be able to identify the students who belong to the LGBTQ community. The teachers may not be able to give any information about these students if the students were not comfortable enough to share this information with them, and the students may not provide the correct information due to trust issues. So there are going to be challenges along the way, and these are just three of them. Here are three more challenges that I know these students might have to face. The students of the community might be hard to locate since you cannot just walk around and identify them by looking at them. Another issue that I may have is that the students may not understand the nature of the research and view it as an attack or discrimination against them and their gender. The final challenge that I think I might have is that counselors might not want to share the information due to various confidentiality rights. So be prepared for challenges along the way. Another question that you guys had was, what solution or intervention do you propose implementing, and describe the plan? So I had listed some challenges before if you go back to the previous slide in my video. So these are my solutions. For the dorm leaders, we will allow them to understand the aim of the research and let them only interview interested participants or volunteers, because we want to have like a flyer going around instead of randomly selecting leaders. We want them to see this and then we want them to volunteer to participate instead of going around and just randomly identifying them. Teachers would not be randomly selected as well. We want those teachers who are understanding of the cause and are willing to participate because they want to make a change. We also need to let students understand that their information is completely confidential and their individual personal information will never be disclosed. Another set of solutions, we are going to be putting up flyers and advertisements on social media so that we can draw attention to the type of students that we need to participate in this research. So it's not going to be easy for us to just go around and identify the students that we need. So we're going to have to make sure that we advertise. Display disclosure rights agreement to build trust and ensure that they know that I am there to help. The last thing I want is for them to see it as an attack against their gender. And the final solution would be to let the counselors understand my intent and the confidentiality agreement in order to build their trust so they will want to participate and give the information that I really need. So the final question that I got from you guys is, how will you specifically measure the effectiveness of your plan? Okay, so thank you for that question as well. Now, in order to do so, I will use a scale. The scale will be used to test the effectiveness of the plan, ranging from 1 to 5, 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. So I will see the amount of people who volunteer at the school using this plan, and at another school I will test to see the amount of people that I get just by randomly selecting, and I will use that scale in order to judge and see which one is more effective. Next would be the validity and reliability test. Now this can be used to see if my action research is going to be effective, make sure that my plan is solid. So I would conduct these tests on the questionnaires and the interview questions and make sure that these tests are valid and reliable before I go ahead and do my research. Next, I will have clear results on which to measure. The last thing you're going to need is inconsistency or incomplete information to conduct your measurement. So I got to make sure that the information that I have and I'm using to conduct my measurement of my effectiveness, the results are going to be clear and complete. Also, I need to evaluate where I was before I started the research and where I currently am, because I need to focus on growth added. If I have added any growth to the research, then that is something that I should continue doing. So I got to make sure I evaluate it to see how effective it is by looking at the growth, where I started and where I am today. Next, I will determine benchmarks and items to be gathered and how to measure them. So I gotta see where is my starting point and where is my ending point. You know, what period am I gonna be focusing on? What exactly would I need to carry out this measurement of the effectiveness? And how exactly am I gonna go about measuring it? Last but by no means least, I will perform a data analysis. Now, you guys know how I am about data. I firmly believe in using data to make any decisions that I have. So I'm going to take a look at the data analysis report, and that is what I will use to evaluate my effectiveness. If you guys have any questions, just post them underneath this video and I will try to make another video to address your concerns. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you again next time.